Hey friends, I hope you guys are doing amazing. In case you're new here, welcome to the family and thank you so much for joining us. So as you can tell from the title of the video, this is going to be a little chit chat, get ready with me video. I haven't done this type in a while and I'm just going to be sharing with you guys where I have been, what I have been up to, what's been going on. Do you know what I mean, babes? So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're on the road to 10k subscribers, so don't forget to join the family and turn post notifications on so that you don't miss any of the uploads. And yeah, without too much rambling, let's get into this video. So I've already prepped my skin. I've also done my brows. I mean, I shaped my brows the day before yesterday. This is the second time of me shooting this video, only because the first time I shot it, which was like a few days ago, I went to edit it and there was really no structure. I felt like I was just rambling about, and I was just like, right, this is not what we're gonna do. For my brows, I really don't do much, if we're being honest. I just set them with gel. I know, you know, because I live for soap brows. So I just set them with gel and then I put some concealer, and that's really it. I feel it sometimes and sometimes I don't. It really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But yeah, so I think I should do my brows first and then I'm gonna come and catch up with you guys later. As I said, I really don't do much to my brows. It's just gel, concealer, and we move. So where do I even start, guys? Spring 2021, this past semester that has just ended, has been the pits. The rock bottom pits. I'm going to be priming my face with the Maybelline New York Master Prime, the Hydrate and Smooth. I want to apologize first and foremost if my lighting keeps changing. I don't know. Right now I really couldn't be that bothered about it. So primed my face, putting most of it on my T-zone because I have combination skin, and then I'm going to be going in with my LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Matte Pressed Powder and just dipping my brush into it and then dabbing because I want to remove smile lines and also to reduce my oil control, to oil control my face, because my T-zone, one thing about my T-zone, it will move mad, so I like to put some powder. I have changed my makeup routine and I've mentioned this quite severally, so I'm going to be going in with my LA Girl High Definition Concealer, and I start with my concealer, blush, contour, and then I go to my foundation, and the rest is simple from there. So this has been the most overwhelming semester, you know, and it's like at this point, and I saw someone tweet this, don't ask me how school is, it's never good, you know. This semester for me has actually been the pits, and I think I'll start from the amount of workload that I have gotten this semester has been mad. If you're new here, I'm a journalism major and I'm concentrating in broadcast, so you know, just in case you didn't know, so now you know. So this semester has been projects, assignments, you know, and I think it's been such a thin line between lecturers giving us overwhelming work and then also expecting us to do this work in, I don't know, a very unreasonable timeline, you know. Some of these deadlines we've been receiving have been crazy, you know. And I think for me, I've ranted about school so much because I think it was in, I think it's vlog 04, where there's like a 9-minute rant of me ranting about school. So I don't really think I'm going to go much into details, but school for me this semester has been bad news. Like, I hate it here.
I was just sitting here doing my schoolwork and I just realized that I am so fucking tired. I'm so tired of this shit.
So this semester I had 3 concentration units. Please, if you want to do journalism, don't pick your concentration units together. But for me, it wasn't, I really didn't have an option because I'd already done a lot of my electives and I really didn't have any other stuff to do. So yeah, and I think the main thing that I've been seeing when it comes to online learning is that the assumption that it is simple. I don't know, even family, even friends, people assume learning on Zoom, learning online is, people have this assumption that all you do, we wake up, we go to class, we eat, we sleep, go to another class, sleep again, the day ends, and that's just that. But I don't think people understand the amount of effort it actually takes to show up for these classes every day. Let's just talk about the non-changing environment. So I could literally sit here and have all my classes from Monday to Monday, back to back. And previously I would go to school, that's one. I would move from this building to the next building. I would see my friends. So it's most definitely affected, even just your mental health. You get tired, it's the monotony. And then on top of that, there's that assumption lecturers have that now that you're at home, why not we just give you all the projects, all the assignments, all the, and then let's add unreasonable deadlines on top of that, and it's there, you're at home, what are you doing? You understand? So for me, that's how this semester has been. So picking 3 constitution courses meant I had projects all throughout the semester, and there was this just one class, which I ranted about in a previous video, of how this lecturer, the whole class, guys, if it was one person asking for additional time, then we can say, okay, maybe they didn't do it properly, or, but when a whole class is literally petitioning to a lecturer to add more time, and this man said, in short, because he wrote the tone of that message, I was like, he wrote some message and he was like, in short, he doesn't really care. You should have planned the work to do, and yeah, you're not the first people to do this course at USIU. And it's like, true, we're not the first, but we're the first to do this in a panoramic, in the middle of a pandemic, and we're remote learning.
It's a pandemic!
Before I even get into that, why do we have group work? Why do we have group work and we are remote learning and it's a pandemic? I personally live Thika Road side. A group member lives on Mombasa Road. The other one lives where? But this lecturer or lecturers still expect you, to move heaven and hell so that you can be able to meet and do your assignment. I mentioned this in the previous video, how my classmates at the time when curfew was, I think, 10, my classmates were literally leaving here at 9, so that we can finish work, because this man said he doesn't want to care, that's not his problem, and it's like, I don't know if it's just being insensitive, if they forget, because for me that has been the constant struggle. Overwhelming work, very unreasonable deadlines, and lecturers who do not want to listen, So that has just been the semester for me. It has been just that constant battle, especially when you have group work, and it means now you have to work around with people's schedules. I don't know whose place you can't go to, whose place you can go to. It's just, and then there's COVID. I saw a thread, and let me read it out for you guys. And I couldn't agree more. And the thread was saying that 1 minute, I think I took a screenshot of it. Oh, this is the thread. It said, college students really need a break, a real break, not a random Tuesday. This is hard. Burnout is real. It's weird that this is controversial. The notion that college students take some classes and sleep all day is widely inaccurate. They are working, they are dodging a virus, they are caring for family. Miss me with no breaks in the real world. People need breaks. It's not a hot take. And I couldn't agree more. At the same time, as a student, I am expected to show up for these classes, to pay attention in the midst of everything that is going on. And it's like, honestly, sending love. I was cut short by what I was saying. If you hear children screaming in the background and people crying and etc., please not to worry. I have my nephews over. They've been here for the weekend, so this was like the only time I could get to film. As a student, I'm expected to show up and show out, for these classes, to finish my assignments on time. And at the same time, there are so many things going on at home. There's so many things. Even the fact that somebody could literally be eating and you're just there, that's already a distraction. Do you understand? So this shit is not easy at this point. If you have been doing online learning, big ups to you. you know, I'm sending love to uni students because it's really the most. It's tasking, it is exhausting, it is mentally draining. I feel you. I know I look like a clown, but I feel you. So now I'm just going to be blending out my contour, and for my contour I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C15. You're a student, I want to take this time and tell you, you are doing amazing. You are doing what you can, because again, some of these lecturers, or you know, they assume that you can be able to do X, Y, and Z. So yeah, so that was actually one of the reasons that I had to take a break, because I was very much overwhelmed with school. Guys, I was having breakdowns because of classes. I am having I don't even know if I want to really get into it, because this semester, wow, I don't know. I wish lecturers would actually be more empathetic towards student situations. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Chai. So yeah, so I think I was even having this conversation with my friend Kinsey, and I was saying at this point, and I think I once saw a tweet about it, where at this point I don't even know if we're learning or we're just trying to submit things before 11:59. Like, that's how I genuinely feel these days about school. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about, that was part of the life update, was losing loved ones. Now, these past few weeks I lost 2 loved ones. So the first person I lost was one of my mom's close friends, and I remember, guys, this have been in the pits. Like, I won't even lie, I have been in the actual pits. So it was like, I think like 3 Saturdays ago, I assume. We had just come from the farm. I'm sure you've seen that vlog. I don't know if you've seen that vlog, but I'm gonna leave it up here, where we had gone to visit one of my dad's farms. And that was the Saturday. We came back home and we got the news. Like, it was like in the evening when we got the news, and I was like, and it's scary because you were literally just with this person a few days ago. No, you were with this person a few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden someone is gone, you know? And I think for me that was scary. So when my mom lost, I mean, it's a very close friend of my mom, which was so sad, because I've known her since I was really small, you know. So that was one. And then a few days later, my dad got really unwell. My dad and my grandmother got really unwell. And then a few, like, let's say 4 or 5 days later, my grandmother passed away. And you know, grief is something, I don't know, I feel like there are stages to it. You know, there's first the shock, and then I think there's the denial, and then when you finally get to accept, you know. And I think when you lose loved ones, I mean, people will always tell you stuff like, you know, not to worry, this person is at a better place, or you know, they are resting and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's crazy, you know. And I remember telling my sister, I don't know if I've said this here before, but one of my biggest fears has always been losing loved ones. Death scares the shit out of me. And I would remember now with my conversation with my sister, I was like, is that an irrational fear to have? Because when you think about it, death is inevitable, and there's really nothing that you can do about it. So I mean, should you fear it? And I know people say, you know, that's just life. People pass on from this life on to the next. And I don't know, for me, I've always been so afraid. That is like my biggest fear: losing family, losing loved ones, losing friends. Death just scares the shit out of me. And I don't know, and I would think even at my age that by now I'd like be like, you know, it happens, etc. But still, I know it happens, but I'm still super scared of it. And I think for my grandmother, I mean, she had been unwell, yes, but as I said, it's scary. One time you're with someone and the next minute they're not there. And I remember, like, I think let's say either 2 weeks before she passed, my mom had taken her for a hospital checkup. And when she came back, and I remember I was sitting in the kitchen, I was talking to her, and I was telling her, she was just telling me like how her day was. And I remember me and my sister asking her, like, you know, what did the doctor say, and she was like, I mean, the doctor said I will be better, but I will be best. And that thing has stuck with me ever since she said that, you know, I will be better, but I will be best, you know. So I think all of that going on, and at the same time I still had assignments to do, classes to attend, work deadlines to meet. I was shutting down. I won't even lie, I was literally at a breaking point. My dad still was unwell. You know, you sit down and you're like, wow, what, like, when did everything start? You know, when did the rain start? When did things start going south? That was it. And I remember, for me, I was getting double overwhelmed because I was like, I have school, I have assignments, and worst of all, all of these things started happening when it was towards the end of the semester, and that's when you have projects back to back, assignments, cards, and honestly, I was at a breaking point, you know. I remember people were literally coming like to say their sorries and condolences, and I'm working on a school project. So I was getting so overwhelmed, but I'm so grateful for my sister Remo because she showed up and showed out for me. I remember it was on a Wednesday morning, and I had some work that needed to be uploaded. I mean, I had some schoolwork to submit that evening, and that morning when I woke up, I hadn't been able to do it the previous weekend. So I told myself I'm going to be able to do it that morning. And that morning, friends, I was literally breaking down in the dining room with my laptop. My sister came and she was like, hey, you know, so me, I was getting very much overwhelmed. So I mean, and I think even what was like a bit scary for me was when, after we were able to give my grandmother like a beautiful send-off, and I know she's now resting with the angels, it was as if everyone just went back to, like, I don't know if it was just me, but I felt like everyone around me was like, or rather majority of people around me people went back to, you know, people are going back to work. I mean, understandable, because yes, life has to move on, but for me I was struggling because I don't know, I even something as simple as, I don't know, waking up and doing the minor of things, it was so difficult for me. So I was like, I was feeling like I need to, you know, get back to how things were. I've mentioned this before actually, but I don't know if I've really like talked about it. I'm an escapist. I'm one of those people who I do not like dealing with my emotions, especially some emotion. Oh my god, friends, I will postpone feelings of sadness and be like, and that is how you will find me being able to binge watch a whole 8 seasons. A whole 8 seasons of something like Vampire Diaries. I will watch, I don't know how many seasons. I will rewatch a whole show because at the moment I don't feel like talking about it. And I admire creators like Samantha. I'm sure you guys know Samantha. Samantha Nyako is one creator, and I've had this conversation with her. And one thing about Samantha will usually be in the pits. She will be from breaking down, but she will take her camera or her phone and she will talk about it almost immediately and be so candid and open about it. And I'm like, wow, I wish I was, I don't know if it's emotional maturity or it's just that we deal with things differently, but I could never. So set. I'm not too sure if Boomy have restocked these fans. I'm going to have to confirm, but I love them. I admire that she can be able to be so candid and talk about like what is stressing her. But for me, somebody like me, by the time you know what is disturbing me, I beg, I will have postponed it, you know. And then now I do know that what I do is wrong, but I just think I haven't really grown out of that habit where now I will postpone until the one time that something so small will trigger me and I will go into this big ass breakdown, you know, because of like compiling, or is it like carrying a lot of baggage within. And I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I really don't, I can't even really explain how come I do it. I think I'm just an escapist, and those are some of the things that I want to unlearn and do better. But yeah, so for me, I was feeling like I wanted to put on this show that I'm okay, and I would literally be breaking down in my bathroom, and it was the piss. Like, even when I think about it, I'm like, girl, you know, I shouldn't really have been taking myself through that. But yeah, so I was seeing as if everyone around me is okay. So for me, even me, I wanted to look like or act like I'm okay, but really I was like breaking down in my bathroom, and I wasn't even being able to do the simplest of tasks. So that's what I was literally trying to, you know, hide. Like I felt like I looking back, I feel like I was bottling up a lot of stuff and acting like I'm okay, and like things are not really getting to me, because I was like, why am I felt like I'm the only one who, you know, was struggling, and I can see everybody else has gone back to how things were, like they have resumed their, you know. So I don't know, but I do understand that people do grieve differently, because when it comes to grief, there's not really one way of dealing with it. So I was saying, even in the midst of everything, I wanted to be consistent. I wanted to use my content as a release. But, and why it was even pissing me off or making me even more annoyed was because of the fact that I was already struggling with creating content even before everything started going on. So now when everything started going on, I was like, oh my god, like I keep saying I'm going to be consistent, but it's like one thing keeps on happening, and it's like, do I keep waiting for a time when everything will be better? But at the same time, I was like, how can I come back to creating content and be like, hey guys, da, 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 and I'm struggling? Like, now that is the creator's guilt I'm talking about. I want to be consistent, but at the same time I'm struggling, and I don't really want to get into it or talk about it. And still and simultaneously, I want to use my content as a release, you know. But anyways, right now, when I did say that I am back, I think I'm at a place where right now things are getting better. They're not at the best, but you know, we're making small progress. And I think I'd really missed creating, and I just needed a sense of normalcy, or a sense of, you know, things, I can do things that make me happy and stuff, because I was feeling so guilty. I was like, how can I be like, hey friends, and I'm just from a barrio, so interested in hospital, they're sick, and so that was that. But I have been blessed with such amazing friends, because I've had such a strong support system. You know, like one of my good friends, Kinsey, she showed up and out for me in ways I don't even know I can ever begin to say thank you. My boyfriend the same. My friends Jambi and Shailene came to see me, and it made me feel so, I felt so at peace knowing that I have developed such good friendships over the years, where it's not where we just kiki, meet, take pictures, and that's just that. You know, like these are solid friendships that I've had now for years, and I'm so grateful that they were able to show up for me. I even had people who don't really talk reach out to me and ask how they can show up and show out for me, which I am forever grateful. You know, I even had some of you guys reaching out to me in my DMs, or some people even yeah, it was mostly on DMs, and even some on Twitter, where people would reach out and they'd be like, hey, you know, I hope you're good, we haven't heard from you, which again I appreciate, because I don't think it's every day that people feel like they're connected to you like that. So I really appreciated it. So yeah, that was the life update. As I said, I'm at a better place right now, where I'm trying to, you know, get back to creating content. I'm done with the semester, thank the heavens. So yeah, right now I'm just going to pop on a lash and some lipstick, and then I'm gonna come and conclude. Anyways friends, so I've popped on a lash, and I'm wearing my favorite brown lipstick. This is, where is it? This one. This is the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Limbo. This is like the perfect brown lipstick for brown skin girls. But anyways, so that's just really been it. I feel like you know, some weight has been lifted off my shoulders, because I don't know, I felt like I was being a double agent, breaking down, and then the next minute I'm like, hey guys. So yeah, but I'm hopeful that things are going to look up. I think March and April were very trying times for me and even for family, so yeah, that's been that. Anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this answers your questions as to where I have been, why I have been so inconsistent, because I used to just pop in and pop out, and that was that. No explanation, no nothing. So I hope this shed some light. Thank you so much to everyone who reached out to me to just check in. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh my god, wow, like I have some really nice, you know, subscribers, and the friends community is such an amazing place, and I know you want to join it. So that's it for this video. I just pray I've not been rambling on and on and on and on and on, because one thing about me, I can't talk, you know. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, subscribe, join the family. As I previously said, on the road to 10k, and you know, we're just a few people away from it. So do join the family, and also don't forget to turn post notifications on to get notification every time your girl uploads. As I mentioned, now I have every intention of getting back to creating content and being more and more consistent. Until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.